second. Denver. So we got the Denver Broncos defense. You're starting the Denver Broncos defense this week.
I love it. Yeah.
Is this your favorite? I'm just curious. Is this your favorite defense this week?
One of my favorite defenses, that's for sure. It's just crazy because this was, one of our favorite defenses to target in draft season. We were telling you like, hey, don't go after the hotness from last year. It doesn't really repeat. Don't waste a high draft pick on a defense. Just wait and draft the Broncos defense. And I think they were ranked like 14th, in draft season on Fantasy Pros. I was looking at their ranking now on Fantasy Pros, the number 4 overall defense. That's what they have them ranked for the rest of the season. So if you listen to us and you got the Broncos defense, you're probably happy. Obviously, there's a couple games where we were like, hey, don't play them, but that's why you got to play the matchups sometimes with these defense. But for the most part, the Broncos defense has been pretty solid, and they're going to be at home this week against the Las Vegas Raiders. I love it. Like I said, I do believe that this is one of the better home field advantages in the NFL. You have a subpar Raider offensive line against a pretty good front seven for the Denver Broncos. And then the Denver Broncos, to me at least, in my opinion, have the best secondary in the NFL. I mean, they're pretty stacked. Corners, safeties, all across the board. So, yeah, I love the Denver Broncos defense this week.
I love it too. Yeah, there's a lot of chaos going on in Las Vegas for sure.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the next one here. Pulling up the Indianapolis Colts against the Houston Texans. Okay. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, fuck off. The Texans somehow fucking do play what like they did against the Patriots last week. I mean, I don't know what to do, dude. But I still love this. I'm playing the Colts defense in a couple of leagues. Can we talk some trash to commenters or what?
For what?
I think people have a misunderstanding when we talk about these defenses. When we're talking about them, these are guys. These are like streaming defenses to start. I don't know if people think maybe we have like some magic 8 ball where we just like know the future or something. We're making very, very educated guesses over here. So yeah, I mean, maybe I'm giving too much time to this person, but when we, apologize for the Patriots thing, but what are we gonna do?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to beat a dead horse.
Yeah, no, but okay, like I think what Mike's saying here is that last week we said start the Patriots defense. It wasn't the greatest showing, but
we said a couple different defenses.
Yeah,
but I'm not telling you to take.
I think I was saying before too. I heard the stat where it was like, I can't remember how many games it was, but like it's an absurd. Like I don't want to say 200 because that seems like a lot of games, but Belichick has been in the league for a long time, so maybe it is 200 games.
Oh, him against rookie quarterbacks. Yeah.
Him against rookie quarterbacks, it's like no rookie quarterback has had like 250 yards passing and 2 touchdowns at all. It's like happened one time in like 200 starts in the Bill Belichick era, and it was like Andrew Luck or something like that, or something crazy, or like it was RG3 in that crazy rookie era he had. So, and David Mills was the second guy to do that. So just it like a random once in a blue moon opportunity, like the Texans came out and did their thing. But and I'll give it to the Texans. I do think the Texans are a better team than most people probably give them credit for. I do think this is a decent offense when they have Tyrod Taylor at least, and then the defense isn't too bad as well. So I do believe there are worse teams in the NFL than the Texans is what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah. On the road in Indianapolis against the Colts division game, I do like the Colts in this matchup right here. If you're trying to stream a defense, maybe you have, I don't know, maybe there's just you don't have many valuable options, or you have a defense that's going up against a pretty good offense. And you're just like, I don't like that. So yeah, I wouldn't be mad at picking up the Colts if you're looking for a defense on the waiver wire, because they're widely available on the waiver wire.
Sure. Yeah, I love it. I mean, I'm doing it in a league. I'm starting the Colts defense. Don't believe me? Look, Colts defense right there, baby. That's fucking there. But yeah, so start the Colts defense. Ride with me, ride or die, baby. Yeah. Let's go on to the next one here. This has become kind of like I feel like every week we talk about defenses. We talk about the Panthers defense, but I mean they've been pretty legit, pretty consistent, week in and week out. So I mean, I'm all about it. Panthers take on the Vikings. We said to sit Kirk Cousins, and that's for a reason. I love the Panthers defense. They just taking care of business.
I just don't understand because it's like we do talk about them week in and week out. And
well, I mean, we're not that big.
They just don't. They're not being picked up for whatever reason. I don't understand. I mean, one of the leagues I'm looking at right now, they're only being started in 34% of the leagues. I get it. It was, maybe a tough matchup last week, even though I liked it. But they're only being rostered in 45% of the leagues. So ESPN was about the same. I mean, go get the Panthers defense. They're a top 10 defense. They've had 10 or more, at least on ESPN standard scoring. Obviously, all defensive scoring is different on different platforms. Obviously, different leagues have different scoring. But on your basic ESPN standard scoring, they've had 10 or more points in all games except for the game against the Cowboys, which we said sit. We said do not play them this game. But minus that game, we've literally been telling you to play the Panthers defense every single week, and they've gotten you basically 10 points every single week. So,
it's been pretty wet.
Yeah, I do like this matchup at home against the Vikings. Like I said, they have one of the better run defenses. They have one of the better pass defenses as well. So coming off a tough loss to the Eagles in the last couple minutes of the game, I'm expecting the Carolina Panthers to bounce back this week and get a W at home. And then, I do like the defensive stream or the defensive play this week for the Panthers.
Definitely getting in there, Dad. Let's go on to, this is one I just want to talk on. We got the Browns defense. So Browns play the Cardinals this week. Don't love this matchup. So this isn't a week 6 start. I know it says it on the screen, but if you're watching, not if you're listening on audio. I like how I pointed to my ear as if. Anyways, the Cleveland Browns, they play the Cardinals this week. Don't like that matchup, but in the future, the Browns. Oh fuck! I had the schedule up. Jesus. But the Browns do have a pretty decent schedule going into the future. So the Browns take the Cardinals, then they play the Broncos in Cleveland, then they play the Steelers in Cleveland, then they play the Cincinnati Bengals. Steelers O-line, not good. Broncos, it's like a pretty decent, okay matchup. And then you got the Bengals. Then you got the Patriots with Mac Jones, who's a rookie. I think Browns can exploit that. And then you have the Detroit Lions. I think that goes all the way to week 11 before they start to play. They play the Ravens. They play the Ravens two weeks in a row, which is kind of crazy. But that's when I'm okay with the Browns. But this might be a defense that's getting dropped in a lot of leagues that you can go pick up and just hold them and fucking throw and be able to play them for about 4 weeks in a row. I mean, if I'm not mad at that. Browns defense. I can't believe I'm saying it as a Steelers fan. I never thought 3 years ago if you told me I was talking about picking up the Browns defense, I would have been like, hey, dude, fuck off.
No, I like it. I mean, you're thinking ahead. You're looking to the future, and, that's never a bad thing. Looking forward to, like, hey, this defense has these matchups going forward. Hey, I'm streaming quarterbacks. Let me try to plan out my quarterbacks like, okay, like this quarterback's got a couple good matchups, Then maybe I pick up a second quarterback, and when this quarterback A is not having good matchups, quarterback B has good matchups, so I could stream them back and forth and play the matchups. Same thing like you're saying with the defense here. So I think it's a good strategy to look forward and kind of like, we always say like be a week early instead of a week late. You're like jumping the gun and just preparing yourself for the future.
Yeah. Hey, did you like that video? No, not the one of Big Ben completely eating shit when nobody even touched him. I'm talking about our fantasy football video we just did. You just watched. Well, guess what? That was just a clip from the full audio podcast. So if you want to check out the whole thing, links down below. AVG Fantasy Football Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, all of them. Anywhere you can get audio podcasts, we're there. Go ahead and check it out. And if you don't want to look at your fantasy team to look the way Big Ben does right here. Wait for it. Come on, replay. This is your fantasy team. But that won't be your fantasy team if you subscribe to AVG Fantasy Football. So go ahead, subscribe and like this video. Subscribe to the channel and like.